Good morning, friends. Today is Friday, May 30th, and it's a significant day in our family for a couple of reasons. Number one, first of all, welcome to day one of the Start From the Hart podcast. I'm doing a very brief every morning, weekday mornings anyway, for now, just to start the day with feelings of what I'm grateful for. My hope is that I will be able to get many of you who have reached out already to come on early in the morning with me at times to talk about gratitude, what you're grateful for, what would make the day a great day, what's going well in your life, and so forth. So, a lot of people have reached out and are excited to watch this and also be a part of it. So, I invite anybody who hears or sees this today or going forward to reach out to me. And in the comments below, you'll see my email address. And let me know if you'd like to be a part of this. I just want to spread more gratitude and just, find ways to express the great things that are going on in our lives. I say that today is a significant day in our family. Number one, it's May 30th. Would have been today, if I do the math, the 77th wedding anniversary for my parents. I guess I could say it is because I believe, my belief is that they're in heaven together. So they are celebrating their 77th anniversary. And also, my brother-in-law, Mark Fredette, is retiring. It's his birthday today. And he's also retiring today from teaching for over 40 years at St. Francis Assisi High School up in La Cañada. So congratulations to my brother-in-law, Mark, on a milestone, obviously, of a birthday, but also retirement day, his last day. He's been teaching there for, like I said, over 40 years. Charles Antis, who many of you know, gave me and probably a lot of you a book several years ago, 5 Minute Journal. It's a 5 minute gratitude journal, and it has one, two, three, four, five sections on it. And I'm going to briefly go through my entry from this morning to really start my day with gratitude. First, there's three things that I'm grateful for. And I listed out the family that I was born into. I alluded to my parents a moment ago. I'm the youngest of five kids. We're spread out around the country, but we're still very close, very loving family. Grew up in Fullerton, California, played Little League Baseball, had just all the wonderful perks of a wonderful big family, and just can't express my gratitude to my parents and my brothers and my sisters enough for the love that we have in our home and had and still do. Growing up in Fullerton, I met a girl at Fullerton High School, Lorianne, who's now my wife. And so the second thing is I'm very grateful for the family I married into. She also, like I am, is the youngest of five kids. We met at Fullerton High School in 1982 and became close friends. And then eventually down the road, 10 years later, we found ourselves walking down the aisle together. She has three kids. I brought in one, my niece, who we've since made our own daughter. And so that family that I married into is just something incredibly special. As many of you know, my mother-in-law passed away this week, 2 days ago, here in our home. And at 91 years old, she'd been suffering from dementia for quite some time. And how the family just rallied around her and here in our home, sitting around drinking Starbucks coffee, talking about her and her life and her family and just all the wonderful memories and the wonderful things that Doris Fredette, or Meme, French for grandma, as we called her, all the things that she did for us. I'm just so grateful for a loving family on the Fredette side, family I married into, for just the joy that that family has brought to me over the years, and that we were able to be there for them here in our home as their mom passed a couple of days ago. And then the third thing that I'm grateful for is the family that I raised. I was told when I was 25 years old by a doctor that I'd never be able to have biological children, which crushed me. Youngest of five, lots of nieces and nephews, always just dreamt of being a dad, watched my dad and just wanted to emulate him. And so that was just devastating news. And so I remember the day, and I remember where in my then apartment, I was married before, and this was when I was still married to my first wife. I remember where I went in that apartment and dropped to my knees and prayed and just asked God to bless me somehow. I said, God, you've worked bigger miracles than this. And if there's a way that I can become a dad, that's just something I really want to do. I was at 25 years old. At 28 years old, I was divorced. I was raising my niece, who at that time was about 8 months old at the time of the point of the story I'm telling. And Becky and I had moved in with my parents in Fullerton. I had sold my place in Rancho Santa Margarita, and my parents had just retired, and Becky was under one. And that's when Lorianne, who I met in high school in 1982, and I came back into each other's lives. She was married before, had gotten divorced, and had 3 kids, as I mentioned. And in 1993, Lorianne and I got married in July down in Laguna Beach. And just like that, I became a dad. I already was raising Becky, and then I became a stepdad to Lorianne's 3, Justin, Michael, and Julie. And also, Jolie just had a birthday this week. She just turned 35 on, unfortunately, the same day that her meme, my mother-in-law, passed away. So happy belated birthday to Jolie as well. And to Justin, the oldest. He's going to be 40 in a week or two. So anyway, the family that I was blessed to marry into instantly became a dad. Over the years, as many of you know who know me, we now have 9 grandsons, ages 13 down to 20 months. We also have a niece whose dad passed away, my wife's brother, a few years ago, suddenly. And she and her husband live in Texas. Kalani and Chris Cruz live down in Texas, and they have 2 little girls and a little boy. And so we've suddenly become sort of adoptive, if you will, not legally, but emotionally adoptive parents and grandparents with them, and it's beautiful. So I guess in total, that prayer when I was 25 in 1989, when I asked God to bless me with kids, moral of the story is be careful what you wish for. I'm very blessed. Our 4, Kalani, her husband Chris, their 3 kids. So I guess you could say I'm a father figure to 5 and stepdad to 4, and that I also now get to be around 12 grandkids, 10 boys, 2 girls. So God in his infinite wisdom, my gratitude to him is blessing me with an opportunity to have an influence and be an impact, hopefully, on a lot of young people. And it's just a blessing. I've gone on to teach at university level. I've gone on to work in minor league baseball for years, where I had a lot of young kids, high school and college kids working with me and for me. And so God has found other ways for me to be sort of a dad. And so I'm just so grateful that, blessings don't always look the way we want them to or think they're going to. It's not traditional like many of you, where you had a child and then another and then another, and now you have, X number of kids and grandkids. I'll never know that feeling of being a biological dad, but I can't imagine being any closer to these kids and grandkids than I am. And I'm just so grateful for my family. Anyway, in this book, the next thing that it talks about are what are the 3 things that would make today great. And I have an opportunity to meet with a faith-based executive coaching firm today. And so I'm going to have a brief meeting with their founder, and I'm not looking at it as a great outcome is that I get a job working with him necessarily, but the great thing today out of that conversation will be it could start the process of adding to what I'm doing with Heart Leadership Group in doing some executive coaching, working in business development for a few different companies. I'm assisting Pepperdine University with their Master of Science in Family Enterprise, and so I get to do that. And so one of the things that would make today great is just, I think, not just in that conversation, but just overall moving the needle on some of the other projects I'm working on. I'm excited about each of the projects and the clients that I have and the chance to work with them. The second thing that would make today great is it's a sad situation, as I alluded to. My mother-in-law passed away a couple of days ago, and today we are going to the funeral home to make all the arrangements for her service and cremation and so forth. And I guess what would make today great in that regard is just a smooth, comfortable, peaceful experience. My wife and her sisters and I will be there together. And so just, just a smooth meeting where we feel peace would make today great. And then last, a good friend of mine, Walter Yankowski, who I've not known for very long, was kind enough and generous enough to invite my wife and I to go to see the Savannah Bananas tonight at Anaheim Stadium. I've gotten to know Jesse Cole a little bit through LinkedIn and social media, and known of him for years and years. Back when I ran a minor league baseball team is when I first heard about him. And I've been excited to watch their games on TV and a lot of things online. And I'm just excited that we get to go to the stadium tonight. Thank you, Walter, for this invitation. Looking forward to the time with you and your family and going to watch the Savannah Bananas. So that is something that will be great. The last section for the beginning of the day in the 5-minute journal is daily affirmations, where you just simply write an I am statement. And my 3 today are I am happy, I am healthy, and I am making a positive impact. And those are the things that I try to think about every day. I wake up every morning thinking about happiness and what would make me happy today and how can I make others happy. And then I'm healthy. I've lost weight. I've got my knee surgery behind me. I had my teeth taken care of. I'm in the pool almost every day. I'm on the bike, and I'm working on getting healthy and eating healthier as well. So just constantly positively thinking about my happiness, my health. And then the last thing is that I'm making a positive impact in this world. So that's it. These are the things. And then how the 5-minute journal wraps up is tonight, I will write down 3 amazing things that happened today. And then also, how could I have made today even better? And we'll talk about that in the next session on Monday. I think it'll be June 2nd. We'll come back and do day 2 of this. Again, the invitation is out to any and all of you who would like to be a part of these daily gratitude videos. This one is not going to be the full 15 minutes, but anybody who knows me knows that I could talk, but I will cut it short here in a moment. But I invite all of you, anybody who watches this, to reach out to me. Again, in the comments below is my email address, ehart@heartleadership.com. If you'd like to be a part of this, come on live with me. We can have a conversation. We can do it with many people. We can do it one-on-one. You can send me emails and I'll comment. If you're doing the 5-minute journal or want to start on the 5-minute journal, share your gratitude points with me and I'll share them out on these videos as well. I just think the world needs more positivity. And I took the Strengths Finder test years and years ago. I also do coaching on Strengths Finder. And one of my top 5 indeed is positivity. I like to keep a positive spin. It's a tough world. We live in a very divisive world right now. A lot of garbage going on from top down. And I'm not making this political, but in our government, in organizations, in our communities, there's a lot of divisiveness, a lot of unrest. And I don't think it's going away. I really don't think it's going away. I mean, from the Bible, I will tell you that it's not going away. But this divisiveness and tension that we experience in our world, folks, it's not going to end. And so we can pray for peace and pray for calm and pray for great relationships. And we definitely should be doing that. And I am doing that. And I'll continue to do that. But I'm focusing on me and the positive circle around me and trying to stay positive and bring positivity to the world. And that's part of why I had the idea of creating this Start From the Heart. As you know, I have a podcast called From the Heart, which is sponsored by Orange Kiwi Consulting, Andrew and Allie Taylor, dear friends of mine. This one is just a separate one I'm doing on my own. It's Kim Duster from Capital One gave me the idea of the name Start From the Heart. And so I just am going to try to start every day from my heart and hopefully reach a couple of hearts out there in the meantime. So anyway, I thank you for watching. And if you'd like to be a part of this, please reach out and email me or comment in the section of the comments on this video of what you're grateful for today and what would make today great. So I wish nothing but happiness for you this weekend, this Friday, May 30th, and that you have a beautiful day and that everything in your heart and all your desires happen. Take care. Have a great weekend.